I'm going to show you how to do some gum paste flowers. Like for example, I'm going to do this kind of rose. I actually doing a bouquet of flowers for a cake. See, I have some daisies and some calla lilies, and also some carnations. So I made these with gum paste, and I mix half of gum paste, half of fondant. So I use this fondant because I like this color, and I mix half of this with half of gum paste. When you open the gum paste, it looks just like fondant. So it's soft as well. So you mix. So same amount of fondant, same amount of gum paste, and then you mix it, and it comes one. And the first thing that you're gonna do for the roses, you're gonna take a little bit and make a little ball, and we're going to make like a little cone type of, like the center of the rose. So we're gonna put it on a toothpick, and we're gonna let it dry. So you want like a big rose, like a smaller, rosebud, and you let it dry, and this is gonna become hard because the gum paste makes it, harden up like faster, because the fondant will take longer. So that's the first thing to do for the rosebuds, and I'm gonna show you how to cut the rest. Okay, so if your hands get sticky with the fondant gum paste, you can use some Crisco, and you just put it in your hands. Also, to don't stick on your mat, this is powdered sugar, and that's what we're gonna put it there, and we're gonna cut some shapes. So we're gonna work with a roller and just roll it out. And the thickness is going to be kind of like this. So not too thin, not too thick. And just cut it up. Should we sort it up? And this is the shape that we want. And we're gonna cut so 5 of them to do like a small rose. When you are doing the other cutouts, make sure you put them under like a plastic, so make sure it doesn't dry out, because it will dry out super fast. Okay, so we have, I have this little mat, it's like a little foam, and that's what I'm gonna work on top of it. And I have this tool that has like a little bowl, and I'm just gonna smooth the edges of here. So just go like around it and smooth the edges around. Not too hard, so it will break. Okay, like that. And after you smooth the edges, we're gonna cut in here. We're gonna use an X-Acto knife and just cut just a little bit. If it gets sticky, just make sure get it out so it won't break. Very carefully. Okay. So now I'm going to put this here in the middle. There's a little hole in here, so I'm gonna use that as my guide when I put this. So I'm gonna put here in the middle and put it through the little hole, and I'm gonna work with that to make the rose. And now so we're gonna need some water, and I have a little pencil, and we're gonna glue everything with the water. And we're gonna put just a little bit of water because we don't want the fondant to get all melted. Okay, and go around here. And we're gonna choose one, for example, this one. And this one we're gonna wrap the first part of our rosebud. And just wrap it around. Make sure the bottom is all around. And then we're gonna put some more water right there. So we put the next one. And then we're gonna put the one across. So we are forming the rosebud. Okay, so now I put here, because it doesn't have more water. Now see here how when I cut it with X-Acto knife, you just put it together. It's fondant, so it works just like Play-Doh. And then the other one. See, if it doesn't stick, just make sure you put a little more water. And take it out there, so I could mold it here. And now the edges here, you just open them up. See? And now we're gonna work with the second one. So just, I already did the work here with the tool. Now we work on the second one. So we find the little hole. This you buy it at the cake decorating area, like at Michael's or Joann Fabrics. They sell this. Okay, so now I put a little bit of water around. And we're gonna try to see how it's here open. So we're gonna try to put this one there, so it kind of like contrasts. So it's not the same one here in the back. And this one is going here a little in the back of it, so put some more water there. So I'm gonna keep going like that and just wrapping it up. And when you're done, you're gonna open the edges. Like that. So that's like a rosebud, but I'm gonna make it a bigger rose. So now I put the next one in the middle. Let's put tiny bit of water is enough. You don't have to put a lot of water. Okay, so I put a C is here between these ones. So I put that one. And then we close the other ones and keep going. So I put 2 more layers, and so it's like a full rose. You need to open more the edges, and we're gonna let it dry. I buy this at the the dollar store or the garden section on a craft store. I do some holes and put straws and just put it there. See, so it could like dry standing up. So I made this myself. Now we're gonna do a stem, and so just grab some green color. I'm gonna grab some of it. Make sure everything is airtight so it doesn't dry out. And we're gonna work with the roller. And I have a cutter that looks like a star, like that. And it's specifically for a stem cut. And so we roll our fondant. And when we cut these, we don't want it to like get sticky in there, so we put some of the powder. Is powder sugar. Got one. See, comes out good. So now this one, I'm going to in the center with the ball. We're gonna open it up a little more there. And we're gonna put on a rose that is already dried up. Like for example, this one. And we're gonna put a little bit of water and then go in the middle. And just flatten it out just in the middle. And the edges here, I'm gonna open it up. So make sure it dries. This. See? Okay, so that's the last step. And if you want to do some for the leaves, you can also use the same green color. And let's roll it. And I have a cutter for leaves as well. One so you can see. Okay, so we got one, and with a tool we're going to do the line in the middle and then the lines like this. And you can let it dry on something like this so it will curve. When it dries, because it has a curve, it will dry like that. So then you will have your leaf. So you can make, you know, some leaves going around. And see, when I did the daisies, I used this as well. That's why it dry, like curved. So we have our rose with a stem and two little leaves. And our last step is going to give it some shine to our rose. So I have this edible dust powder. This is like a violet color. And just put some on a plate, and with a brush, take the excess of it. And we're going to just tap it around. This has a little bit of glitter on it, so it's gonna give it some shine. See, and that's our rose. And so you just make a lot of them and make a bouquet.